and agile in the sense that he is a chameleon who makes
Right.
himself into whatever he thinks the audience wants to hear from him. Now, what's also true, though, is J.D. Vance is not, he's in some ways goodish on paper if you like what he believes in. I don't know. But I don't know that he can take the whole movement with him.
No
No
way.
way.
I don't think so either.
There's no riz.
It's got no riz, right?
None.
And he just is a little odd.
Oh, dear God. These women. This is three of the whitest people I think I've ever laid eyes on, and that's including myself. So we're talking about Jennifer Welch, and then the woman that was just talking. That's her co-host. What is her name? She calls her Pumps. I don't really know what her actual name is though. So she's kind of this. I was going to say Leviathan, but that's giving her way too much weight, way too much credit. She could use some weight, honestly. But so this obviously undernourished woman, Jennifer Welch or whatever it is. She's been rising up in the political space, if you will, this kind of political commentator arena. She's got a podcast called I've Had It. She's a former interior decorator. I believe she was on a show on the Bravo Network, something called Sweet Home. If I've got my facts straight, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, she's been making the rounds. I mean, she has been on different podcasts. She's had like big names. I mean, obviously she's got Jen Psaki. She recently did Cory Booker. All of the Democrat stars. I mean, she is like, as far as like, she's been making the rounds. She's been running through them. She's definitely a star fucker on the left. And you know, hey, whatever. That's her bag. That's what she wants to do. Go for it. I don't care. But I swear to God, this woman is a fountain, just a well of content. And we'll get into some more here, but she was kind of went viral for this criticizing people for, you know, that they basically saying that they don't have the right to eat it at like the Mexican food restaurants, that they all need to get their fat asses to Cracker Barrel. But if you haven't seen any of this woman yet, you would enjoy at least seeing some of the highlights. Maybe not watching her actual podcast, because it's pretty unbearable. But you would definitely, if you can watch other people, I mean, there's been all kinds of people that have shown her, like whether it's Black Conservative Perspective or Megyn Kelly, just different people like that who have kind of commentated and reacted to some of her content. Anyway, but we'll get into more of playing some Jennifer Welch.
Okay, and one thing, so I'm going to tell you what a big nerd I am.
We're all nerds. It's a safe place.
Yeah, so I get on social media, and then when I would get home after work, I would watch your press conferences when you worked for Biden.
Oh my God, God bless you. Thank you.
Just to see, like, okay, what's the real story before I got into the meat of it? Because I was like, okay, what's the White House saying? Because I'm getting all this disruption. And I think that it's it's precious for the United States to have a representative of the president to come out and talk about policy. You had a stack of books this tall. I couldn't even believe all the crap you went through. Now I am enraged every time I see Caroline Leavitt, who prays before she goes out there and lies her fat ass off. So she goes out there and lies, and it's propaganda after propaganda. Is there no check on that? Like, is there no I guess there's no law that the press secretary has to be honest, but like when she acts like, I can't even believe you would insinuate Donald Trump would make money off of the presidency as the Trump watches are going. So is there no rules or anything? I guess they don't care about rules, but does that break your heart to see what it's been turned into?
It does.
I've had it with white people that triple trumped.
Yeah.
That have the nerve and the audacity to walk into a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, go to perhaps their gay hairdresser, I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel. And if you want to triple Trump, and you want to browbeat DEI, and you want to browbeat gay people, and you want to browbeat black people, as you've been doing for 400 years, and you want to browbeat this generation of immigrants that come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes, you want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit. And the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom piece of shit, Cankle's McTaco tits at the top of the ticket. I have fucking had it from top to bottom. White people that triple Trump should be banned, boycotted from enjoying the best thing that America has to offer, which is multiculturalism. Get your fat asses out of the Mexican restaurant. Get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel, because nobody wants to see your fucking smug ass, teeny weeny, pink arm, big gut around. Nobody wants to see that shit. No one.
So that was kind of her claim to fame, was that video right there. Yeah, a lot of F-bombs, a lot of calling people fat asses. And I love how Skeletor here is the arbiter of where you should be able to eat, you know, on what health is, you know, what she considers to be healthy. I guess the people she's talking about, I guess, are MAGA, the Trump supporters, and the Republicans maybe in general. But this is who you're dealing with. This is nuts, right? This is obviously someone that cannot control their emotions. The way that she leans into the words, right? Like there's a lot of weight. Like it's very cathartic for her, the way she's speaking. It feels good, right? Like the dopamine that she's going to get from calling the Trump supporters fat asses. You know, get your fat fucking ass over to Cracker Barrel. You don't deserve the multiculturalism. Cankle's McTaco tits. If she came up with that on the top of her dome, then hey, I'll give her that one, because that's pretty funny. But the pink arms and the big gut. She starts swerving off the road there towards the end. She's kind of losing her train of thought because she's so worked up with her emotions. And there's more to come. Like this woman gets out there, and she's been on CNN on the what is that show? Abby Phillips, I believe, is the show, which is another one that you could do a lot of content on. But anyway, we'll definitely play some more. Let's have some fun.
You all are so committed to equity in quotation marks that you want to just eliminate standards altogether. Do you think politically it's a mistake? I mean, this was halted for a reason in part.
I do think it's a mistake because I live in the backlash of this. And the backlash of this, when you have a MAGA supermajority, we had a Democratic governor in 2011. We were ranked 19th in the country in education. Since then, we've had MAGA supermajorities. We're ranked 49th or 50th, depending on where you look at it. And it gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And I think there's a backlash to these policies, and it hurts people. And then you have this breeding grounds for Christian nationalism, which is happening in Oklahoma. 10 Commandments, school superintendent buying Trump Bibles, teaching conspiracy theories. This is happening, and this is
Kevin,
not helpful.
I mean,
for
what she's
children.
saying is true.
Yeah.
I mean, they are trying to bring, Trump literally into the schools as if that is something that kids need to learn. Even the 10th Commandments. I mean, look, you can argue about biblical teaching or whatever, but in the schools, I'm not sure that is lending itself to the kind of rigorous academic
I want to
learning.
make a comment on education. I spent my whole early career in math and reading scores, the learning company. 110,000 school buildings in this country. Parents don't care about politics. They would like to see their children advance to have the opportunity, if they wish, to go to college. The only way they get there is to pass through the gates of math and reading scores. They still remain the same in this country. It's not about politics, it's about teaching. We have very low productivity in this country on the amount of money we spend in teaching mandates. Every time I bring this up, it's a poo-poo storm that I get into. But because we have teachers' unions, we don't filter out the weak ones, the horrible teachers, the ones that don't care about advancing children. There are thousands of them.
That's
the unions
so
can
terrible
take
to
the
tag
teachers.
teachers.
Yeah, right. Teachers are the problem. Is that what we're going?
I am 100% right on this.
But you would think the teachers' unions would actually be against this in San Francisco. Why would any teacher support this? This isn't equity for poor or black kids, so we're behind.
A very last word for you, and then
that doesn't make any sense.
We're talking about the extreme on both sides, but parents in Oklahoma do care about politics, and a lot of them are for this now because they have politicized and turned people
rather
against
than advancing their child.
Yes, they have.
They'd rather worry about politics than passing their child on.
Yes, they do. They are riled
I'm having
up,
a hard time with that
approaching teachers. This is happening in red states all over the place. They're not interested in an objective education for their children. They want a Christian nationalist education. This is dangerous. It's not democracy.
All right, we got to leave.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous. It's made up. She's just making that up. The parents are going to care that their kids are into politics. It makes zero sense versus getting good grades and getting high scores in math and science and whatever is going to propel them to a better future at a good college. Yeah, right. No, it's politics that they care about. This woman is nuts.
Cops on January 6th. Meanwhile, this guy, this should be the lead story, is clearly suffering from massive mental decline. He is out of his mind with all of the show and tell procedures that go on in the Oval Office. 2 days ago, he gave 3 press conferences in a row. And if you don't think he has dementia, let's just discuss the time that when he was on the campaign trail that he tried to perform oral sex on a microphone. If Joe Biden did this,
I hope this is what Democrats do
be
next year.
ER.
If this is the Democratic strategy, congratulations, America. You've already reelected Republican majorities as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, because Trump's approval is in the low 30s. It's in the low 30s right now.
Coming up next for us.
Cops on January.
Oh, man. Love it. I love Scott Jennings, that guy. He carries that show, carries that network.
I'm 41 years old. I have 3 kids. I grew up in a different world, right? Where not most of the stupid things that I did when I was a teenager and a young adult, they're not on the internet. Like, I'm going to tell my kids, especially my boys, don't put things on the internet. Like, be careful with what you post. If you put something in a group chat, assume that some scumbag is going to leak it in an effort to try to cause you harm or cause your family harm.
Okay. J.D. Vance is married to a brown woman. He has mixed race children, and that is his response to this horrible racism. It's beyond locker room talk. I'm a white woman that has lived in a red state my entire life, and I can tell you when I'm around white people, they test the racist water. They test it on people like you all the time, and they'll try to say off-color things. I put my hand up. It absolutely happens, and you're fortunate that maybe you haven't experienced it.
Can I just say, literally this August, a white person said the N-word.
Oh my God!
The vice president of the United States.
Literally, this August.
These were not kids. These were grown men.
Some of them are 40 years old. Some of them are women.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. Do you have any family members that are MAGA?
No.
You'll get the biggest kick out of this, Monet, and I don't think Pumps knows this. So during this most recent election, my husband, I live in I would say a 99.9% white neighborhood. Okay. So my husband comes home from work and he goes, well, the weirdest thing just happened. The house 2 blocks south of us just put up 2 MAGA signs in their front yard, and they're black.
No!
How's that?
No!
We're the only black family that lives in this godforsaken whiteness, and they're fucking MAGA. He goes, it's just such a disappointment to me.
No!
Yes! And they had 2. They're a corner house, and they had... And I was just like, because I remember when they moved in, Roman, my son that told me, the prom send-offs, the culture, he was like, I love this. We need to have more color in this neighborhood. And I go, I agree. That family popped up MAGA signs.
Black Republicans are something I will never understand.
I agree.
Oh, man. Black Republicans, I'll never understand it. God. Where to even go? Nuts, unhinged. My son was like, "Oh, this is great. We need more. We need some color in this godforsaken whiteness." I understand that there's people that really want to help, and I get that, and I'm all for diversity. I'm all for bringing people together. I don't really focus on race at all, and maybe that's my privilege talking, as they tell me. But to virtual signal on this level is just cringe. This woman, she's great for content. She is just great for laughing at. She definitely gives you good cannon fodder for the comical. But my God, I don't know. I guess we'll kind of see where all this ends up in a few years if she keeps up this podcast. And it's like between the Call Her Daddy and now the I've Had It podcast, the iHip podcast. Man, the Democrats, I will say, from what I understand, they're referring to her as the new Rogan, the Democrat Joe Rogan, liberal Joe Rogan, which I thought they already had that, but I guess Joe Rogan left them. This is this woman here is just unhinged. I mean, I can't even. All I do when I see her is laugh. I'm not saying that she hasn't said some things that are truthful or made some good points here and there, but at some point she is going to let emotion take over, and there goes logic. That's her problem, and she's going out of her way to drop the F-bomb and be edgy. I mean, she uses words like Riz. I mean, this woman is just so out of her element. It's not even funny. But anyway, that's going to do it for me on this video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Those of you who are, thanks so much for subscribing. Those of you who are, if you can continue to like, subscribe, and share this channel, I greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to see you in the next one.
Jonathan, how much are you getting paid to march?
Oh, the DNC actually gave me $1 billion to be here. Just kidding. $0.
$0. We hate Trump for